Our world and our careers are becoming more and more global. They're more diverse than ever. We have folks that we speak to that have many different experiences with different languages. Some are bilingual, multilingual, and we may only speak one language. That's what we're going to talk about today. Be the Reason is all about human connections. Because no matter how much we think we know how we are being heard, there is one thing that I can guarantee based on my decades of professional experience. Other humans will hear us differently than we hear ourselves. In other words, the responsibility is on us to communicate as effectively as possible, whether in professional or personal conversations. So let's dig in. Okay, so we know that we have an objective in our place of employment, whether we work in education or in healthcare or finance or banking or corporate or the government sector. We have objectives for our job. And the only thing that we have control over in that job and whatever that job is the words we choose and the approach we take to communicate. But what do we do when we need to communicate with someone who doesn't have English as their primary language and they have an accent? How do we take responsibility for our own effective communication and making that communication as good as possible? The first thing we do is we listen like crazy. Folks that have multiple languages and are able to speak, in my mind, they are smart. In my mind, they're honestly smarter than I am. I've listened to apps, I've taken trainings. I can't learn another language, and it's so frustrating. But I really respect the people who are able to speak multiple languages. And guess what? They have an objective in their job as well. So communication is essential, and figuring it out is a priority. So again, the first thing is to really listen. Don't be distracted, be engaged, be focused, and listen to what they're saying. The second thing is, if you don't understand something, then say it. Be respectful, be extremely professional, but just say, "Can I stop you for just a second? I'm sorry, I really want to be clear on exactly what you asked." Or, "I really want to understand what you just said. Do you mind repeating it?" Be respectful, be professional, but they will appreciate that your objective is clear communication as well. And then the third thing is, give yourself a break. Make sure that you don't have crazy expectations for how quickly you catch on to someone who's speaking in an accent that you're unfamiliar with. Give yourself a break, but be really committed to learning. Be committed to understanding the other person. And here's a tidbit for you. Speaking louder and speaking slower doesn't help the situation. And I've done that, and I'm so embarrassed by it. When I've spoken with someone and been in a conversation with someone with an accent that I'm unfamiliar with, I will be the person who speaks slower and louder. It's so weird. Don't do that. Please don't be like me in that situation. But just be committed to listening. Be respectful and ask if there's something that you need repeated. And then cut yourself a little bit of slack to be a learner and to get better with all of the conversations you have with that individual. But at the end of the day, you have a job to do, and you need to be an effective communicator, regardless of what the other person's accent is or isn't. And by the way, maybe I am bilingual because I live in Texas, and Texas is definitely its own language. So, y'all, I know you've got this. Go get it. If you like the content in these videos, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. Or if you have specific topics that you would like addressed, or questions, please leave those in the comments. Thanks so much.